and this guy did not answer. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Bella.
I'm Nick.
And we're so happy to have you here. If you're new, remember to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. If you can't tell by the title of it, this is the story of how we met.
The best story in the world, pretty much.
And basically we're just gonna go from I guess the back of it, and then basically how we met and how we got to hang out, and then basically kind of how everything else started. Okay, you go first. You start and tell your part up until where we first start talking. For when you first say something to him. Okay. Okay.
Alright, so I was at work pretty much one day, don't remember the exact day, and I was just scrolling through Instagram, just clicking through stories, and all of a sudden I see this beautiful girl's story. I just see her face right up huge on my screen. And I'm just like, ooh. And it caught me a little bit, so I stopped and I looked. And then it said, ask me a question, or it was one of those poll things.
Yeah, it was the little box that says, ask me a question. You can type your own thing in there.
Yeah, so I didn't even ask a question. I just put in a statement. I said, you're beautiful. And just press send.
He's a go-getter, isn't he? He just flat out said it.
So romantic.
Yeah, honestly it was, because that's what caught me off guard too. Because when I saw that, most guys will say something stupid, something trying player type, or something sexual, honestly, or something just gross. So when I saw that, I was like, I think we have a gentleman on our hands. It definitely struck my attention. It really did. And I don't know, I was excited. As soon as I read that, I was like, oh my god, I felt it in my stomach. And then then I answered you. What happened? Oh my god, this is the best part. I posted on my story, I reposted his thing and said thank you, smiley faces, and this guy did not answer. He didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
He didn't reply to me, he didn't anything. I was
because in my defense, I didn't want it to be alright, so I've been rejected a lot.
Oh.
I didn't want it to be one of those to where it was thank you, and I just put you're welcome or whatever, and then that's it. That just gets left how it is. So I guess in a way I was kind of just being the one to where
you were gonna stop the talking. I wasn't gonna stop the talking.
Yeah, pretty much. I was I kind of wanted to feel out if she said thank you and then that was it, just kind of if she was gonna leave it like that, or if it was gonna eventually go back to I don't know, talking or something.
So it did. Luckily, after I was stalking his thing, and as soon as I posted that, I kept checking back on the story to see if you saw it, to see if you saw my story.
Right.
And then once I saw that you did and didn't answer me, I was like, is this the end? So I was kind of just waiting for 5 minutes, and then I saw he had a story up, and it literally wasn't anything to do with something that I would comment on. It was something about friends and realizing who the true ones are or something bullshit like that. I had to just think of something to say, so I just slid up and I was the truth, and you were yeah, right, I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I was going through a little bit weird time with who
friend
I was
groups
hanging around with, and
yeah,
it
happens. But basically after that, we Instagram DM'd all day long. I think we Instagram DM'd for 2 days before you asked for my Snapchat. Because I think it was that whole night, and the next day you asked for my Snapchat, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even on the first day, he was super polite. When he didn't text me for a little while and was hey, sorry, I'm at work. And then when he got home, he was I'm going to take a nap. Is it okay if I text you after? And this was on the first day, so he's already being polite. I hate when people will just leave you on red or just not answer you for 2 or 3 hours and they don't say anything, what they're doing. But you were already doing that, so it kind of I was aw. Interesting. Alright, but so you say, at this time when we're messaging back and forth through these 2 days, what is going through your head? What are you thinking?
First thing first, I was wow. When she sent that story back to me, I was wow, she actually texted me first. She said something first.
I didn't text you first.
She didn't text me first, but
I re-hit you back up.
Yeah, I was wow, she is actually, interested, and, she kind of said something first. From there, I was kind of just wow, this is actually, a decent conversation. I'm not getting bored. I don't feel she's getting bored. It's kind of just flowing, naturally almost. It just came natural, And I was still, surprised, because when I woke up, I was I hope that's not it.
I think you texted me good morning. Honestly, I had the DMs. Why am I not pulling this up? Hey, I just back up. What are you up to? Oh, spicy. Just made a discovery. Tell me how I'm scrolling through our DMs and I asked for your Snapchat. So I guess it's okay. So then what I originally thought was wrong. We didn't text for 2 days on Instagram. It was one.
So it went from the Instagram DMing to Snapchat the next day, and then from Snapchat, I think it might have been like 2 days.
Probably.
And then after the 2 days, it went to text messages.
Mm-hmm.
And then we texted for about a month.
I don't know. It was not a month. It was only 2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks
I
then.
think it was like 2 or 3 weeks. But we ended up hanging out only like 2 or 3 weeks in. Because that was on March 31st, and you asked me out on May 1st, and we hung out like 2 weeks before you asked me out. So basically we were talking this whole entire time, literally FaceTiming like all the time, and then leads up to the point of a hangout. That was that, and he was like, okay, I don't want to overstep any boundaries, like you were saying like that. And I was like, no, like, whenever I'm ready to hang out, whenever you're ready to hang out, I'm ready. And you were like, okay, I'm ready today. It was literally that day.
It was that day.
But yeah, so basically he texted me, gave me his address. I'm literally like freaking about to pass out on the floor. I was like, oh my god, I'm so nervous. I couldn't eat the whole entire day. But my sister was at my house. Like my whole family was at my house. And my sister's kind of close in age to me. But she was like hyping me up. We were getting ready together. I was like freaking out. I was like hyperventilating. And then I ended up driving there and was freaking out the whole entire way there. I was on call with my friends like, oh my god, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And I literally remember I walked into your room and I sat on the thing and was just like looking around. And you like sat in your bed and you're kind of staring at me like,
you're taking it in.
When are you going to come in? Like, when are you going to come on the bed? Because then we started watching a TV and then I just sat on the end of your bed. And you're like, you can lay down if you want. You remember saying that?
Mm-hmm.
And then we laid down and started cuddling.
Yeah, lay down next to each other.
He did the little
Might did the
move.
little.
We cuddled. But like honestly, right then and there, I felt pretty comfortable with you.
Yeah.
Like after, not the initial. I mean after the first hangout.
Mhm.
I think I felt really comfortable with you.
I was nervous. I was honestly nervous, just because like, at the time.
I feel like you hadn't gotten that far with the girl in a while, like for the hangout and like.
Before her, believe it or not, before her, it was 3 years before I was with somebody else. It was before I was in a relationship, it was 3 years. So it was a long time. So I was very, very nervous because like, you know, you always get them jitters when like you're starting to talk to somebody new and you're actually like really interested in them and like you want it to go far. And on the drive here, my heart was beating out of my chest.
On drive here?
On your drive to my house.
Oh.
My heart was beating like crazy. And then when she said I'm here, I was just like.
It's almost you get so nervous, like you kind of don't want it to happen. Like I was so nervous, I was like, I just want to turn around. Like I didn't want to actually come. Like I did, but I didn't at the same time.
There was a part of me that I felt the same exact way. I was just like, I was so nervous. I was just like, oh my god, if she texts me that she can't come or something like that, I think I might be alright. But so she came over. I was so nervous. Like she sat down on the bed, took everything in, just looking around. And then I was kind of like I wasn't hesitant, but like I was kind of just like real like slow, like walking over to my bed because I was just like, I don't want to seem like too aggressive. I don't want to seem like every other guy, and kind of just like immediately just started going right in and like hugging her and like cuddling. And then, you know, eventually I think it was like halfway through an episode or something like that, a couple episodes in. And then eventually I just turned to her and
you leaned in for a smooch, baby.
Gave her a kiss.
But it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. We weren't like making out or anything.
No,
it was just a little.
It was just a little.
It was literally was like we like kissed and we both just like darted back and stared at the TV and acted like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Just like laid there like still, like as still as possible watching the TV. It's so funny how awkward it is in the beginning.
It's so awkward. It is very, very nerve-wracking at first.
But yeah, and basically after that was our first hangout. That night, as I'm walking out, he had already asked me to hang out again the next day. Mm-hmm. And basically after that, we kind of hung out literally almost every single day or every other day until right now. And now we just hang out every day.
To where now we literally hang out
and he literally
every day.
Probably freaking lives here. He just sleeps here all the time.
Yes. And if she's not sleeping here, she's sleeping at my house.
And if we don't have a sleepover, then he gets all upset and
yeah, unless I get all upset and
he gets all in his feelings. He's like, I guess I'm not sleeping with you tonight. I guess we're gonna sleep together tonight. I'm like,
there's been times to where I came over at like 11 o'clock at night when I had work at like 5 or 6 in the morning the next day.
That's because you want to cuddle.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Because I want to be here and I want to sleep with you.
Basically, so yeah, that's the whole story. That's how we met. That's our first hangout, and that's kind of just how we are here now.
That's how it came to be.
Yep. That's how we came to be, guys. Well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and we'll make more like this one, or just more about anything. You can also like comment that down below, and follow our Instagram.
Yes.
We post there almost daily. We have like a bunch of just stuff about our whole entire life and like funny videos, some that are like adventure videos, you know, just a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So follow us there.
You got any ideas for what you'd want to see next? Just post it right in the comments.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.
There's something about the way that you understand. We don't need a rush and we don't